Alright, so today I just passed my top step combine eval, whatever you want to call it. This is just a funded account. This is not anything crazy. No payouts, nothing like that. It's nothing crazy. It's just that, progress is important. And so that's why I'm making this video, to help people who are in the eval stage, because I know the grind it takes to actually pass an eval. It's actually more harder than it looks, unless you get like a full port lucky win. I'm not talking about luck. I'm talking about actual consistent, it took me 2.5 weeks to win. Consistent wins, understanding when not to trade, etc., to actually pass evals, and actually consistently and profitably, and actually with an actual strategy, getting these wins. It's pretty hard. I had a very low win rate at first. I was blowing these accounts, and so yeah, that's what I'm basically going to be going through, is helping you to not do the same. So this here is the certificate that you get. I feel like everyone already knows how this looks, so yeah. And then this right over here passed. This is the combine that I passed, and right here days completed is 7. However, it did actually take 2.5 weeks. This is just trading days that I took a trade on. And so the thing about this is I can't actually and when I press launch top stake, I did not realize this. When I press launch top stake, because now I no longer have an eval account and I'm onto the funding stage, it's just there's no active accounts, so I actually can't show the trades that I took to pass the account, which is unfortunate, because that was literally supposed to be the most biggest part of this entire video, was just me showing the trades that I took, and I can't even do that. But thankfully I do have one of the wins recorded. Well, all of them are journaled, but I do have some photos and stuff that I can show. So basically, first I just want to talk about the fact that I've been trading for 11 months consistently. Before that, I also I just on and off every month, once maybe, just some random stuff. But consistently I've been trading for 11 months. The first thing I got into was crypto trading, XRP, BNB, Ethereum, all these things. And it was all over the place. I could have saved heaps of time if I had just gotten someone to tell me, and just tell me exactly, these YouTubers are good, these YouTubers are not good. Just don't follow this advice. Just get yourself a mentor, and that's the fastest way. But I want to show some stuff. Right here, as you can see, this is my email. Hopefully I'm not leaking anything. I have no money in the account anyways, but literally just complete liquidations everywhere. Liquidation. I was so bad that basically I won. For example, I got $400 overnight. I put a lot into it. I got $400 overnight. I was like, oh my god, yes, I'm making so much money overnight. I've never seen that sort of money overnight. I'm sleeping and I'm making money. And then literally it was going good, in the blink of an eye. I was just doing random stuff. I was swing trading and then scalp trading at the same time. One day I'd be swing trading $400 overnight, and the next day I'd be scalp trading and $80 in the blink of an eye, literally. And then basically what happened is, I paid for someone that just wasn't it. Honestly, kind of a scam. Kind of taught me. Yeah, nah, literally with one YouTube video, the entire course that I watched could have been just completely summarized. So yeah, basically I spent a lot of time every single week, 3 hours, just, on calls with this guy. And yeah, it was just quite the time waste, to be honest. And yeah, it just led to me basically blowing heaps of money in just a matter of 1 week. I blew all the money that I gained. And I was just literally doing just the most weird trading. I was doing, by the way, before I get into this, if you do, I know people on YouTube who make heaps of money through trend lines and stuff. If you do that, I'm not saying anything about it. Good for you, you're making money. But me, this was just a waste of time. Honestly, I was doing trend line, I was doing RSI, Bollinger Bands, moving average, convergence, divergence, just all these indicators and trend lines. For example, price hit here, we have to sell. Why do we have to sell? Where's the logic behind the sell? I don't know. I don't care. I'm just here to make money. That's basically what my mentality was, which cost me quite a lot of time. And yeah, literally I was forecasting, look at what I'm doing here. I'm forecasting the amount of time it will take to get me out of my position. That is just impossible to do. I'm forecasting, oh yeah, in 2 days, in 4 hours, I should be out of the position. I should be out in full TP. I'm not going stop loss, by the way, full TP. Oh, but in 1 day, I should be 50, 70% of TP. In 8 hours, I should be 30% of TP. It was just the most weird things. I was literally drawing rainbows on the chart. Look at this right here. There's a triangle. There's a literal triangle on the charts. And so basically that was me at the start. I'm just doing just the most weird stuff that it didn't actually make any sense as to, for me myself, why price is moving the way it did. It's just, all of this has happened, tick, 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 I'm in the trade. And then basically, long story short, after that, got into futures. For futures, I was also actually trading XRP and stuff. And then like people were like, bro, what are you doing? And then I moved over to futures with reversals, ES and Q, got myself a mentor. And that's when a lot of the progress really happened, is when I got myself a mentor. I actually got two, but yeah, a lot of progress happened there. For me, reversals was just not working because there was just so much things I had to look at. I'm sure if you're a reversals trader, you know what I'm talking about. There's just so much things you have to look at. You have to look at, hourly gaps, liquidation of this. You have to make sure that, okay, this liquidation is the last liquidation. It's not going to go more higher. Okay, and now the market should be reversing, CISD. There was just so much confluences to look at. I was just confused. Some confluences were happening. For example, liquidation was happening and then some weren't happening. So I was confused. Like, should I be entering? Should I not be entering? And basically because of that, things were going good reversals, but eventually my win rate went from 40% to 15%. Well, yeah, my win rate went from 40 to 15%. Even when I was doing more like every single day. I was like on the markets, like back testing, paper trading, all this stuff. Literally paper trading literally the entire day, but like on like researching and stuff, basically 4 to 5 hours a day consistently over multiple months. And like literally, as a lot of people say, like doing less in trading is better. It actually is. Like, it actually is. Doing less is much better. Cutting your strategy down to just simple stuff, which for right now is just fair value gaps, draw liquidity, displacement. That is all I need to enter, is so much more simpler, and you will understand the market so much more simpler. There's so many factors that when you're looking at so much stuff, you don't know what exactly you should be looking at, if that makes sense. Anyways, okay, so this right here is the actual like statistics. As you can see, I was getting a loss and then a win, and then a loss, and then a win, and then like followed by 6 losses. I was also like testing out different times. I was testing out the PM session, power hour, which is basically 4 a.m. my time. Yeah, just testing out a lot of things, testing out London, Asia, all these things. And eventually, once I got a mentor, things got much more simpler. And also, once I just started cutting down, as well as many other things that I'll be getting to this video. But before I get into like the tips for like if you're an eval, because trust me, I've blown multiple evals because there's some simple stuff that you just have to understand. One of them being, as I said, less is better. Having a simple strategy is much more better than just so much stuff. Like, I'll actually show a photo. This is just a photo of basically the trades that I was taking. As you can see with the reversals, there was just so much things. With basically what I was doing previously, there was just so many things I had to take into account. And so if that's what you're doing, where it's just, you're just overwhelmed by the amount of information like you have, where there's 1 hour bearish inverse, 1 hour bullish, 1 hour bearish, whatever, 4 hour, 15 minute, all of this stuff. Well, first of all, that's another thing that I'll get into, which is price is fractal. But when there's just so much information, like look at this, there's market structure shift, change in state of delivery, there's standard deviation projection, there's equal highs, there's swing lows projection, there's market maker buy. There's just so many things, buy side, that's normal, but like market maker buy, market maker sell. There was just so many things I had to look at. I didn't know that, if one of these confluences were looking good, for example, this 1 hour bearish inverse is holding, but we didn't have the change in state. Am I going in? Am I not going in? What am I doing? If the change in state happens, do I wait for the market structure shift? But then it's gone way too quickly. Now I no longer have an entry. What am I doing? Fear of missing out. All these things. So many things that you just have to like just take into account, and it was just honestly analysis paralysis. And so that's the first thing, is that less is better in trading. For example, this is the win that I took yesterday. There is no it's just so much clean when you're looking at this. It's just so much clean when you're looking at this. Literally all there is my break even, my drawn liquidities, my confirmations, and I'm in. There's just fair value gaps, drawn liquidity, strong, and then displacement. Once all of that has happened, I'm in the trade, and that's really it. And it's just so much more clean, so much more simple to understand when you're in and when you're not in. And so you don't have in the moment, when there's like multiple hundreds of dollars in the mix, it's very easy to just freeze, and you don't know, you should be entering, should you not be entering, and then, okay, now price is going way too high, way too quickly, and then now you're entering way too late. So that's the first thing. If you're an eval trader, simpler is better. If your strategy is just way too complicated, stop trading it. Literally just change into a more, just cut it down. Just cut down everything. And for me, that was just changing from reversals to continuations. For you, it could be anything. Reversals are still, really good. I know a lot of people who are making a lot of money through reversals, so that's fine. Next, basically, I feel like I don't know if I should go into my trade or okay, of course I can't actually show the actual executions because the account is gone. So yesterday, I think I traded MES. I think I entered the trade like 11:33. Which is 9:33, like 3 minutes after market open. All my days, both of these are Nasdaq. I was wondering like what is happening here. Like both of them were NQ all my days. All right, so I went to the markets. High time frame trend. Clearly, by the way, we're going from here. Like this is like beyond this, I can't see basically because I entered right here. I mean, I started trading right here, of course. And so clearly, we're going higher. We have rebalanced here into this fair value gap. We've liquidated these lows, going higher from it. We have this clear drawing liquidity right here. I'm not actually gonna like do a lot of like drawing out everything. I'm just gonna like show. And then basically we had 11. We had another gap right here, even more confirmation. And the really strong thing was that this 10 p.m. candle liquidated literally everything. It was clear conviction that price wants to go higher and liquidate this somewhere over there. There was like London highs. Oh my days, it is so hard to show you the execution, but I can't see. Okay, so basically, market open, by the way, is 11:30. Just so you understand that. Market open is 11:30 my time. So we had this very, very, very strong displacement candle right here. So 9 out of 10 times, these are going to hold. And so what happened is we had this strong displacement candle, and basically right here is when I'm on the markets 11:10, 20 minutes before open. And then I see that we liquidate and we go lower and we basically go all the way here. And so basically we came into here, we rebalanced into this. And now I'm looking at clear longs towards literally any of these targets here. We have a target here, we have a target here, we have a target here. Those are London highs there. Yeah, so we displaced back here. And right over here, we formed another SMT. NQ liquidated these lows. ES did not. So I'm bullish on ES. It was a 15-minute one. So it's a strong. And then I was waiting for this to get inversed. Basically, I require order block entry. And then boom, that happened very strong. And then I just took it up to these highs right there. Stop loss was a 1-to-1. So like somewhere here. And basically, this was a trade break even like over here somewhere. And just like that, it was pretty quick, simple. I was in and out in like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so 6 minutes. So another thing that you guys need to understand is that trading, anyone can take winning trades. Anyone can take a series of wins. Really, someone who's new to trading can press the buy button, take the winning trade. But the profitable and successful trader is those who can actually understand when not to trade. Understand that, right now the market is choppy. We're just having complete chop. There's no institutional pressure towards the draw on liquidity. And so I should not be entering because there is no actual order flow in the markets right now. And that situation, you're not entering. Or when, the A+ setup is not there, you're not entering. And so knowing when not to enter, knowing when market conditions aren't optimal is much, much, much more important than taking a win or a series of wins. And basically, I avoided like 2 pretty clear losses just because of choppy PA. Just literally because of choppy PA, I avoided 2 losses, which previously, everything happened, mechanically, everything happened. Everything that required to happen, happened. But you have to have just the discretion to understand that right now, market is choppy. Right now, price is not, order flow is not strong. Right now, this is happening, and so I can't actually enter this trade because it is not an A+ setup. And so, yeah, just basically just keep on going. Eventually, you're going to get it. You're going to get, you're going to pass the funded. You're going to get the payouts, etc., etc. Like literally, I had a 15% win rate. A 15% win rate. And now I have basically 70 to 80% win rate. Nothing lower than 70. Just because I just kept on understanding what was happening, what was going wrong, and just improved upon it. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did, be sure to do, the stuff that you do on YouTube. And yeah, see you all later.